It's Sunday, May 16th, 2021. Before we start the video this evening, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and make sure to hit that bell notification down below so that you are alerted with the newest video. Also, make sure you come over to my Patreon channel. Just uploaded a brand new video yesterday, so check it out. Come over to Patreon, really helps to support the message and the channel. But without further ado, I want to get started right now. Let's get into this. A lot happening. First, I want to share with you, I was reading some social media this morning, and as I was going through social media, I don't know about all of you, but I continue to see these real estate agents on social media begging for a listing, begging for a buyer, almost literally prostituting themselves for a client, for a listing, for a buyer. It's unbelievable. And I ask myself, what are these people going to do when this whole housing market crashes? And it is going to crash. And I just think that these are the people that keep telling everybody that, you need to be buying a house. You need to be coming in. This is the best time to buy a house. In my humble opinion, and I don't give financial advice, this is the time to be selling. This is the time to be getting out, cashing out, taking that money, getting off to the sidelines, go rent, and hunker down and wait for the dust to settle, because I got a real eerie feeling here that we are getting very, very close to some very big events. But, think about it. Anybody with some brain cells that are operating properly has to be able to see this bubble, has to be able to see what is going on, this melt up. I don't talk to too many people, or at least I haven't talked to too many people personally that don't see what is going on. The smart money is selling and getting out. The dumb money is buying in at the top of this bubble. And when this thing pops, it is going to be so catastrophic. People are going to be upside down. And, I think to myself, who would buy with this type of uncertainty going on in the world right now? The economic uncertainty, the amount of unemployment, the amount of debts and deficits. And we don't even know what the fallout is going to be with all these reopenings, when businesses are going to have to start paying, when renters are going to have to start paying, when homeowners are going to have to start paying, when the bills become due. What is this all going to look like? Yet there are people out there telling you this is the best time to buy. You should buy right now. That, it's just going to keep going up, up, and up, and up. And I promise all of you, every bubble pops, and this one is no different. Even though they always tell you it's different this time, this bubble is never going to pop, JB. The housing market's going to continue to go up. The house I bought in San Bernardino for $200,000 is going to be $1 million. It's going to be $1 million in a couple years. It's never going to stop. Everything's going to keep going up. If you believe in that mentality, you're going to lose. You're going to lose in this collapse, I guarantee it. So should you buy a house right now? That's up to you. I don't give financial advice. But I certainly wouldn't. And if you were sitting here right next to me, a personal friend, a family member, I would tell you, do not. This is the time to be selling. I think if you're thinking about selling your home, don't do it tomorrow. Get it up on the market today, because you do not know how much longer this has to go. And when we continue to read about all the uncertainty and the economic disarray that is out there, and the economic uncertainty ahead, the chance of an implosion here continues to get higher and higher. And the longer that we continue to inflate these bubbles, the worse all this is going to be. The worse the stock market crash will be, the worse the housing market crash is going to be. It's going to be bad, ladies and gentlemen. So just food for thought. I want to share an article coming off The Hedge today. Gunlock warns Bitcoin has become poster child for speculative, fever-gripping markets. It seems Double Line's Jeffrey Gunlock has had a change of heart regarding Bitcoin. He did an interview with Yahoo Finance. The billionaire investor who once said crypto could be a hedge against irresponsible currency debasement by central banks now fears the rally has gotten out of hand. Gunlock told Yahoo Finance that Bitcoin and crypto is now the poster child for out-of-control speculation in contemporary markets. The founder and CEO of Double Line Capital, this is an investment management company, said, and it's also a $135 billion company, said crypto units have become objects of speculation and had a lot to do, again, with government money. He told Yahoo Finance that some investors are just playing with this funny money, and when you give people money that don't need it, which unfortunately we're doing a lot of, they feel like they're playing with the house's money. So it actually resembles a casino to them psychologically, he says. At current prices, Bitcoin and Dogecoin are putting the dot-com bubble to shame, he says. He closed with this: the Fed's guessing about inflation and the market reckoning won't be delayed for much longer. Let me emphasize what he just says here. The market reckoning won't be delayed for much longer. The Fed's guessing about inflation won't be delayed for much longer. You think this guy's a very wealthy man, manages a lot of money. Do you think this is a good time to be gambling? Do you think this is a good time to buy real estate? After reading that, a news story comes out on CNBC late this afternoon. Elon Musk suggests Tesla may have dumped Bitcoin holdings. This is on CNBC. And what happened? It started plunging again. Bitcoin now is around $45,000. That is $20,000 from its high of what, about three and a half weeks ago. And this should be concerning to everybody who's playing and gambling in these Ponzi schemes, that one individual has this much influence on cryptocurrencies. This is alarming. So I saw it get as low as $43,000 today. Okay, right now it's in the $45,000 range, and look, it could be $75,000 tomorrow. It could be $80,000 tomorrow. The volatility is insane, but Elon Musk suggests Tesla may have dumped Bitcoin holdings. I don't think this is going to be good. I don't think the news that the IRS now is going to be clamping down. My buddy just did his taxes the other day. The first question from his accountant was, do you own any cryptocurrencies? So buyer beware. Wolfstreet.com, Spain's biggest provider of export finance and insurance, company called SCE, says Latin America will soon be hit by a wave of business bankruptcies and default. You know, this is pretty interesting because I don't hear anything about this on the television. When I watch the business channels Monday through Friday, I've not heard a word about Latin America. And we've got big trouble to our neighbors to the south of us. Spain's two largest banks, one of them a bank called BBVA. This bank heavily invested in Argentina. And it says if Argentina's economy continues its inflationary spiral, it could end up affecting BBVA's overall performance and financial health, the bank said. Argentina has defaulted on its debt once already during this past crisis. In the past 13 months, Argentina, Ecuador, Suriname, Belize, and Suriname, twice more. All of these countries have defaulted in the last 13 months. So Suriname has defaulted 2 more times. So Ecuador, Argentina, Suriname, Belize, incredible. 6 sovereign defaults in the past 13 months. And we look at other countries, Mexico, Brazil also in trouble, Venezuela in big trouble. Latin America is getting hit extremely hard by this economic downturn. Weak currencies, surging inflation, GDP shrinking. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Sounds just like America, but it can't happen here, right? You know how they always tell you it's different this time, so it can't happen, and it always does. And then everybody else, tells you, oh, this is America. That can't happen here. You can't have a market collapse. You can't have a housing collapse. You can't have a currency collapse. It's these people do not live in the real world. They need to get out of the bubble here because they're going to be the victims. High fuel prices and shortages hit trucking industry as nation critically needs gasoline and goods transported. Another big problem for America, and this means that the prices of goods are going to continue to go up. This, again, is the perfect storm. I talked about this the other day. The perfect storm. Low-paying jobs, unemployment, inflation, food and fuel shortages, a country that's not producing anything but debt. 70% of this economy is based on consumption. People going out and spending money they don't even have. And again, this is the perfect storm, ladies and gentlemen. And I cannot emphasize enough that you are preparing every which way possible. Fed gold destroyed 26% of dollars buying power in 15 years. This is another story off the hedge. Between the Fed's founding in 1913 to 2012, the dollar has lost approximately 96% of its buying power. And now they want to destroy what's left of it. And what is going to be left of it? At the rate we're going, at the rate of money that we are printing out of thin air, this debt creation, and what's left of the dollar right now? What can you buy with a dollar? It's not buying much. You know, people out there, somebody told me the other day that they believe that this inflation is only going to last a couple months. And I don't know how anybody with brain cells can even believe this. But again, people are telling you and I, don't worry, this is all going to go away in a couple months. And this stuff is not going to go away. I remember they told us the economy was going to open up in 2 weeks. Then it was a month. Then it was 2 months. Then it was a few months. Don't worry, it's going to open up soon. And here we are. The economy now just barely opening up. But what's going to be left of it when it does open up? States like the one I'm in are still not completely open. Your state may not be completely open. And the ones that are opening up, they have found out that a lot of the stores, businesses, offices aren't coming back. A lot of people's jobs aren't coming back. Don't worry, the government only spent 90% more money than it took in. 4.075 trillion went out, 2.14 trillion in receipts came in. Don't worry about the 0% interest rates and the Fed buying up all this new debt with money that they're printing out of thin air. Don't worry about it, right? People tell you, don't panic, don't be alarmed, don't be negative. Come on now. Join the party, you know, just rely on your unemployment check and your $300 benefits. It's going to last forever, right? It's going to last forever. You don't need gold. You don't need silver. You just need a credit card. You just need the government to send you checks. Everything's going to be okay. The Fed is playing with fire, ladies and gentlemen. The government is playing with fire, and the average American is about to get burned. Trillions more in spending are on the way. And where's the money going to go? It's going to go to mismanaged municipalities, cities like Chicago, cities like Los Angeles, more what I would call bailout. Cash payments to people who have lost no income, but yet we're sending them money. Foreign countries, more money to these foreign countries. We're going to send it to people who have been incentivized not to work, to sit at home on the couch, smoke some weed, play video games. So we're going to incentivize these people to continue to produce nothing, but to just stay at home. And of course, corporate America, the corporate cronies will get more money also. So I'm going to wrap this video up and I'm going to close with this. Nobody knows what's next. We've never seen this type of uncertainty. We've never seen this type of debt. We've never seen these type of deficits. We've never seen this type of unemployment. We've never seen this type of money printing. And people are going to panic when reality comes. When things begin to collapse, implode, people are going to go into panic mode. I make these videos to prepare you, to wake you up, to make you critically think for yourself, to top off all preparations physically, spiritually, financially, to be prepared. Cover all your bases, because I don't want you to panic. And if you know what's coming and you're preparing for it, you're not going to be in panic mode. The average American, people that may judge you and I, people who may joke about you and I, people who may call you negative, may call you doom and gloom, that's fine. These are the people who are going to panic, and these are going to be the people knocking at your door for help. And that's going to be a choice that you're going to have to make when that day comes. But we are going to have friends, family, associates, what have you, knocking at the door. And that's a choice that you're going to have to make, whether you're going to let those people in or not. Only you can make that choice. But the way I see it, as I close this video out, is the people who are awake, aware, and prepared are not going to be panicking. It's going to be the millions of people who are spending money they don't have, the millions of people who live in these make-believe bubbles, the millions of people who want to be big shots on social media, the people that want to judge you and judge I. These are the people who are going to wake up one day and realize that this is no game, this is no joke, this is real. And now they realize they have no gold, no silver, no tangible assets, no preparation, no plan, zero. And they're going to be in for the shock of their life. They're going to be living in utter nightmare. And this is the reality of what's coming. I don't want you to be one of these people, so continue to do what you're doing. Continue to pray for this country in the direction it needs help. We're in big trouble. So continue to stay on course and do what you're doing. It doesn't matter what people think. Right now, we need to be thinking about ourselves and protecting ourselves and our families financially, spiritually, physically, because big trouble is coming. It's not going to be avoided. We are past the point of no return. Thanks for watching. God bless. Be safe out there. Take care.